What's going on? We're back. It's been a while since I posted a video. I know I've been having problems, or haven't posted. Got the truck running. It's gone up to silver like once this year or twice. Had problems the second time, so it hasn't been driven, and then all of a sudden it started causing issues driving. But I've had other things pop up and kind of bigger things that I want to get into in life and I want to start doing more of, and that's one of them is starting my own welding business. But this video is pretty much just going to be about a little bit of what's going on and what's more to come and stuff. So yeah, let's start off with this. I bought a 20-foot shipping container for basically my storage, truck parts, stuff like that. You know, I'm a welder fabricator, so I bought from the shop that I work at currently a Miller-Matic 200. Beautiful machine. I had burnt up a Ver resistor when I first bought it by accident, but I found this on Marketplace like a month ago, pop up for $200 or $300. Took the part out of that one, put it in mine, because in this machine, the trigger pulls, but no wire feeds and no power gets put output. So I took that over to a neighbor's house and tested it. That ended up being like the guy said, you know, the guy that I bought it off said the same thing. So I took the shroud off, put the one on that from the shop, being how dirty it is, put that on this machine. I'm eventually going to pull it off and repaint it. You know, take off the piping part, make it look brand new again, you know, clean it up. It's a nice machine, solid machine, works great. But got me a 125 tank, new regulator, you know, because it didn't come with all that stuff. I had to get new wiring for parts or a few other parts and stuff. You got a second pair of Welpers. But then we had this table sitting around at my dad's, and he's like, yeah, you can use it. I don't use it much right now, so took this vise. There's not a hole there, but there's a hole there, so I put a bigger bolt there. And then what I do at work a lot, if I can't shoot or drill through or it's too big of a hole, cut the top off a bolt head, make a stud, weld the nut or the bolt to it. You get yourself a stud, so that vise ain't going nowhere. Got them installed yesterday too. Wire wheels, sanding disc, grinding disc, cut off wheels. Got just a whole bunch of bolts and stuff, nuts, washers, grinder, some steel up there and stuff. So brand new Profax MIG gun, got a bunch of tips, welded that up there yesterday. And we got the truck parts. So we got the 4-speed that came out of that, the blue square body, some spare rims for a 5-lug. Look at this, Ford stuff. We got twin I-beams out of a 68 Ford pickup, half-ton, I think, the guy that I bought it off of. And so, you know, one day I'm going to make a pre-runner truck. Them are good beams, and they're like brand new. I mean, I'm going to go through and do everything, bushings and all that stuff. Spare gas tank, still need to install that. And then along with that, beams, we got the paddle tires. Now I threw those on both trucks, the K20 and the C10. So the tires were originally on these, bought off Marketplace for cheap, just for fun, try it out. That worked good. And then I put it on the C10. C10 worked great. But then we had the motor problems, so that's why I don't run those on that truck anymore. Which, speaking of that truck, it sits right here. It's got to have plastic over the top because it leaks water through the windshield, because I don't have a press seal for it, but I have a seal, so it's not sealed tight. But that'll hopefully be new soon. But yeah, she's sitting over here. Got like 7 tons of gravel or limestone laid out. I want to get more because I want to take, and in this little pocket of trees, we got the Bobcat sitting over here. I want to rip this up about 8 foot over from the container, gravel it, move the container over to here, put the Bobcat like right in here, trim this tree up because it needs some. So, and then eventually this whole container will be an independent unit. We do not have wiring on this for 220 at the property I'm at, but that can power 220 and 110. So I'm going to have probably a 220 plug here, one in the middle, and maybe one down here. I don't think I'm ever going to use it though, because the wire or the lead on that welder is like 20 foot. So I'm not worried about it, but I might have 3 of them. Might just leave the 2. It's going to have 110, one there, a 110 here, and then probably one go up there for an exhaust fan. I'm going to put an exhaust fan there, and then a vent there, and a vent there that goes out. So that way there's not just hot air in here all the time, because the last couple of days I've opened this, it's been hot. So we're going to have probably a couple shop lights, or I'm going to do wraparound lighting, because I like everything to be lit, not just one, like there's shadows and stuff. And you can find wraparound lighting for cheap that's actually pretty decent, I found, and stuff. So yeah, yesterday went to town on that mower. Had to redo the hitch because this is kind of a yard dog. Move it for trailers, stuff like that. Buddy gave it to me for free. It's supposed to go up north, but haven't gotten it there yet. Did a pulley swap. It goes like 5 more mile an hour faster. So instead of doing like 4 mile an hour at top speed, it does like 10 or 11, which is mint. And the mowing deck still works. So I mow with it. And then, so yeah, I took and welded that. This is just quick as can be. Sanded this down, C-channel to an L bracket with 1x2 or 2x1.5. Welded that, and then 3/16 plate out. I should have went a little bit farther, like out to like here, because it's really close. But and then of course I was like, I don't have a bit that's big enough for that drill bit for that. So I was like, well, we'll just weld it. I'm not. It's not highway going ever on the highway. And it's probably never going to haul anything more than like an empty trailer that's like 3,000 pounds max. Even then, pulling resistance isn't that bad. But yeah, so kind of been up to it. Getting, trying to get more jobs and stuff, because I want to get that going. I got one coming on right now. My dad wants the legs welded onto a skid or onto a log splitter, so we'll get that going. So here's the project. We got to cut a square out of this to fit over this I-beam and slide it to up about here, clean this all up, and weld it solid, and it's good to go. And then this will at least have legs, and it can be moved around, set down, and it's level already and good to go. So for clothes, for welding, Wilbros jacket. Love them. Leather hood, strap, gloves. Perfect. Alright, so we got it welded on, got it sitting level. There it is, all cleaned up. Minty welds on there. Especially for being like a 40-year-old machine too. This one though, I had a problem. It kept bird globbing up and stuff, and so I ended up I found how to turn it down and stuff. That's too much of a gap. I could fill it, but my dad's not worried about it. And if it was for a customer, I'd have took my time, but it's good to go, good enough for what it's for, especially because this is just kind of like our basic log splitter, but like the I-beam's all bent. It's bent overall, so it's good to go. Just like that, there's a little video of getting a little job done. It wasn't, I'm not making money off of it, but showing you what's been going on. Hopefully more to come. And like eventually I want to make I want to get this out of here, make like a full-size workbench to like here, so that way I can have more room, and then have shelving down here for steel. Have shelves here so like the tires and stuff can go up top where it's lighter. The engines and stuff can go lower, transmission can go under, and stuff like that. And then I'll bring in I got a big, like 6 or 7 foot Husky toolbox with a rolling chest. And that I'm gonna try and fit from wherever that bench ends to here. So that way all this is open over here, because I might be able to fit a snowmobile in here between here and here. So that would be pretty cool if I can get an old sled. I like the 90s sleds, but never know. So, well, lots of room in these things. For being 20 foot, 8 foot wide, it's kind of nice and stuff. Like I can make overhead shelving too. But yeah, so it'd be nice, have my own storage. So good to go. See you guys later.